I want to talk about a lot of the political commentary aspect that you be on.
Oh, you know I love that.
For sure?
Yeah, I love that shit.
You've been an avid Trump supporter for a while.
You know, that's my dog, you feel me? If Trump was gangbanging, he'd be Pyro on me. You feel me? That's my dog, man. I fucks with homie.
That's wild.
I don't gotta know him.
That's wild.
Yeah, I fucks with him. I see myself in him.
What's the main thing you like most about Donald Trump and what he brings to the United States of America?
Okay. You remember we used to play that game? When you play one of those fighting games and the nigga hit his move on you, and then if you knew the right stick at the right time, you could hit a combo breaker. He's a radical.
Okay.
He shakes up the norm. Well, that's what the fuck I do. He shoots straight. That's what the fuck I do. And he stay in people's mouths. That's what the fuck I do. You feel me? Like, he's been a player. I've been a player. That's what the fuck we do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never not seen him with a bad bitch. Man, grab her by the coochie, man. Yeah, man. Grab her by the monkey, man. If it's mine, let me put it in my hand. You know what I'm saying? You for real? I fucks with him, you know what I'm saying? But you can see his growth as a man. And I see that I see that in myself. He loves his family. He's leaving a legacy for his kids. That inspires me. See, a lot of times we don't look up to enough people who inspire us in the principles where they matter. You know what I mean? But, you know, see, here's the thing, bro. Here's another contradiction with our people. Now, for 60-something years, the white man system, the white man system is systemic racism, and now you got a man who one of them, but he ain't one of them, and they hate him. Why would you hate the man if you say that white supremacy is our enemy, but that same white supremacy hate him, tried to kill him twice, and probably more? Shouldn't a friend of your enemy, shouldn't an enemy of your, let me get the term right. A person who shares the same enemy is a similar friend. All the niggas loved him before he became a conservative. Now all of a sudden, for 20-some years, he got the NCAA award back in the 80s. He's known for doing good deeds for the community.
He was a nigga back in the day.
He's still a nigga.
He changed though.
You gotta change.
Okay.
Change is inevitable, first of all. It's what are you changing into? You feel me? He's more reserved now. He's more strategic. He's more humble. He had to get humble. And that I see that in myself. God had to humble me again. I had to go through some humility. His last election, they stole it from him, and then everything they did to him, it had to humble. He had to go through humility. He had to learn how to shut the fuck up when he wouldn't want to scream. He had to learn how to say thank you instead of fuck you. I've had to do that too. So I resonate with Trump, personally. And then I like his results. He's a wild card. In order for entire society to shift in these two, it takes a wild card. And he's a threat to the establishment. But us as a people have always said the establishment was our enemy.
I feel you.
You see, they ain't try to take Obama out because he was a friend to our enemy. They ain't try to take Biden out. He's a friend to our enemy. They try to take Trump out because he's an enemy to our enemy. So if you can't find no reason not to fuck with him, start there. We can just start and stop right there. At least he ain't your enemy.
I feel you.
Well, that's one point, but you can go to another one. I mean, what's the next question? No, that's my dog, man. You don't fire That's my dog. He'd be a pyro for real.
I interviewed actually multiple like artists and rappers who have been in federal penitentiary with the Trump supporters that raided the. So they was really like, they was.
Bro, he did more for niggas than any other president.
He really had some revolts going on.
Like, he do, because at the end of the day, like, you gotta think about it, bro. Under Trump presidency, the first time, annual house come went up. Anywhere from $500 to $7,500. So think about the average household, and think about it. Our community has been stifled with two-family households through democracy and the Democratic Party. You know, welfare, the independent woman initiative, well, you don't need no man, we gonna help you. Just don't, he can't stay with the kids, and we gonna put him on child support, and we gonna hurt him for the rest of his life. He gonna, you know what I'm saying? He's never gonna be able to move on because he paid for this, a family he ain't, a woman that he giving a woman that he ain't with no more some money. And then he building a new life with a woman. So now this nigga works 18 hours a day. He can't go to the kids' game. He is bound by his choices in life while the woman can escape hers. So when we talk about what's fair, women shut the fuck up. Because you've been fucking over your men for the last 60 years. So when you talk about they ain't shit, contribute the fact that they ain't shit because y'all allowed it to be that way also. You guys was partners with the government against the black man. Vicariously. Facts and statistics shows that. Case in point, we have now. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, my nigga, when you, so it goes back to a lot of our households were single family. But it allowed the parent in the household to have an increased income while no inflation. More opportunity, more black entrepreneurship grew under Trump.
Okay.
Think about it.
It's a whole lot of lash studios and tax businesses out there.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Look, think about it, bro. Like, it's a lot more black real estaters.
Real shit though. On some real shit though.
You feel me? It's a lot more black investors.
Absolutely. You're right.
It's a lot more black truck company owners. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more social people working in the social profession as far as human health services, mental health. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of more black people in the medical field, more than we probably ever had. You know what I mean? So we and branching off and doing their own practice. We got a lot of black lawyers doing their own practices. We got a lot of things we have under him. We grew. So I'm for whoever creates the opportunity for us to grow.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Point blank. Period. Like it was just better, bro. It was better. And when the COVID shit happened, people like to call him a dictator, but he wasn't the ones trying to lock everybody's life down because of a virus that they paid for. The government paid for to make. And it got leaked out of the country, who's our biggest threat. Who that country and the prior president is evidence of him being paid by that country. So, miss me with the bullshit. You know what I mean? I'm for whoever gives me the ability to grow, prosper, and build a better legacy for my generations to come and take care of my family. That's who I'm for. That's the person who's not my enemy. He ain't got to be my friend. He's a friend indeed because he's not stifling my growth through his policies. You know what I mean? And his belief of how to do things. What's important. You feel me? We just come from an era where a boy can say he was a girl and walk into the girl restroom while your little girl is pissing on the toilet.
That's horrible, man. That's horrible.
We actually got a person who will say, look, guys, a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. Okay, now their lifestyle or how they choose to live it, that's them. But a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. We just come out of administration where that wasn't the concept. A boy is whoever he said he is. Matter of fact, your son looks like he wants to be a girl. Now you got places who are prosecuting parents for misgendering their kid. This is the type of shit that this man is combating and getting out of the law books that the prior administration and Obama started.
Yeah, I feel you.
So if anything, any man should fuck with him because he believes a man is a man and a woman is a woman. He believed that men shouldn't play in girl sports. As a man, you're not a masculine man if you don't identify with that man's principles.
What would you say is your favorite?
In my opinion.
I feel that though. What would you say is your favorite or best policy that comes to mind when you think that Trump has implemented as far as policy?
Okay, well, I mean, it's a couple of them. So you want one that influences us directly?
Whatever you like. Something that said, man, this policy I really liked when Trump implemented this. Not that he's saying the best, but...
No, I'm saying for us or America? We
both.
talking?
Well, let's say both.
Okay, for us?
Us for sure.
I'm going to say, I'm going to give two. Okay? One is the thing he did with creditors have to stop. They have to stop reporting on your credit past the term that they're supposed to. Black people always struggle with what? Good credit. Getting home loans, getting finance. We always get the highest interest rates. That affects when our kids need to go to college later. That affects the APRs that we afforded and all that shit. So now that people can actually get their credit fixed, that saves you green dollars in your pocket. That's a positive. It even made niggas start learning more about credit. That's a positive. And the reverses he did to the criminal bill that Joe Biden and Bill Clinton did, to where people who non-violent offenders wasn't getting these overextended stays in the penitentiary systems. That's why a lot of people was able to come home through the First Step Act and all these other things, because he repealed a lot of the directed racist bill that the Democrats drafted to give drug dealers murder time. That kept a lot of fathers off the streets in the 90s. So when you talk about the disconnect and lack of fatherhood, you can't discredit that a lot of our fathers were unjustly kidnapped for a lot of their life for a product that didn't kill nobody. They didn't kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? It was non-violent. They wasn't a threat to nobody. They just chose a different business route. And a lot of these niggas was getting life in prison in 50, 60 years. It's a lot of people that was able to come home. He turned around and made one lady who he pardoned, a black woman, he made her the executive or the chief executive of pardons. So now she's looking at all these people who were unjustly locked up, especially in because we were targeted by the same system that niggas saying is their enemy and the same system that tried to kill Trump. But he our enemy. How the fuck does that work? You know what I'm saying? And it's just real shit. You know, those are two that affected us primarily. What I could say, man, it's not too much that I didn't like. I love what he's doing now because I understand the bigger picture. But I would say that, like, shit, the fact that he stood for the Constitution when it came against COVID. It was certain industries where they were making people, all this, like the NBA players, they had to take the vaccine. Look at Kyrie Irving, how he got blackballed because he wouldn't take the vaccine. But that's your constitutional right to choose your own life. He respects the Constitution, which means he respects each individual that God created that's an American citizen. I love that about it, because that puts everybody equal. We always say we're equal, but yet we got a person who's actually living. Now, you could say the Constitution was woo, 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 I mean, whatever. But at the end of the day, for the first time, we're dealing with a president who's actually pretty much putting everybody on the same playing field. Hate it or love it, you know what I mean? But that's the truth.
Right.
So, man, the tax cuts. I had a good ass tax cut when that man was there. I was able to file a business and like all that shit, like, you know what I mean? Especially during the transition from like the way I was living to how I'm living now, you know what I mean? Like, he just created an environment to where if you choose to do it and you know what I mean, you aim to do it, it happened.
Nah, it's real.
You know what I mean? I'm shit. That's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's my nigga. Like, I mean, you feel me? And I've always been in the politics, so I'm not new to this. You know what I mean? My dad has been in the politics, so you know, two things he gonna kick is the Bible and politics. You know what I'm saying?
That's dangerous.
It's only dangerous if it's only dangerous for people who can't accept truth. You feel me? That's the only time it's dangerous. People hate truth because the truth make you look at yourself and be accountable. You have to actually admit that I fit the description, no I don't. You know what I'm saying? But what's dangerous is insanity. Insanity is way dangerous than truth.
There's a lot of it out here.
Yeah.
Donald Trump and the tariffs. Your thoughts and opinions on Donald Trump slapping tariffs on anything and the exposure of China manufacturing and basically depleting America's middle class over the last 30 to 20 years.
Right. Okay. Well, you just answered why tariffs is important. You realize that, right?
Okay.
China, over the last 30, 40 years, China has been depleting the middle class. See, the whole goal of the conglomerate or the powers that be is to create a big gap between the rich and the wealthy and erase the middle. That way you just got one on top. See, the middle class and the poor, they're in the same cup. You know what I mean? So, China, because of their cheap labor and child labor and regulations on human rights issues, companies who are, of course, they're profit driven, they found a way to get the cheapest labor and the same product to the same consumer. And that was by moving their factories to China. To the point to where when America had a crisis, they couldn't get vitamins and medicines and first aid equipment. To the point to where when America has a war, we ain't making our own chips. And we're not making our own electronic keyboards and shit that takes to control this massive weaponry we have.
Yeah, we ain't making enough bullets and shit.
So it's all good until you hit a crisis. And COVID taught us, it exploited America's weakness. So Trump is resetting it. So it's equivalent to, right? Peep this. I got all the gas, but I also got all the homeboys. And every time I serve my homeboys, they shout. But I'm giving it to them for damn near $20 for what I got it for. So I'm not really making shit. But you you coming up short. And I'm giving it to you for $20 more than what I'm making though, but you always short me $10. So that means every time I serve you, I'm $10 in the hole. I done served you 100 times. What's 10 times 100?
10 times 100 is...
It's a bando.
It's definitely $1,000. Absolutely.
So just think about that. If I got 5 homeboys and each one of my homeboys are shorting me $10 every time I serve them, that's a $5,000 expenditure to being a real nigga or being a big homie. Right? Now let's say I served them for the whole year. That's 12 times 5. What's 12 times 5,000?
12 times 5 is 60,000.
That's 60 bands of expenditures of just 5 homeboys shorting me $10 every time I serve them. So just think about this in a $1 trillion scale. America is the plug. China is the place we serving, like we serving all these other fucking countries. You feel me? At what point do the niggas say, hey, look here, niggas, how long do you expect me to eat this? And if you don't say today, I'm finna let you know, today is your last motherfucking day. Every time you short me $10, I'm gonna charge you an extra 20. Now, how long would it take me to charge them an extra 20 to recoup my total expenditure for the year of 60 grand? Because I've been shorted by 5 niggas $10 every time I served them. This is what the world was doing to America. So when we talk about why are our roads not fixed, why are so many planes disappearing and falling and shit? Because the last administration signed that deal that put us in debt and gave us inflation, and then a lot of money was supposed to go to reconstruction of the towers that control the planes. And guess where that money went? Doge is finding it. It didn't go there, clearly, because planes are falling out the sky. Planes are hitting each other because they're going black for 60 seconds because the tower lost track of the plane. Because that's how outdated our FFA systems are. And the Secretary of Travel, or what you call it, whatever that was a homosexual named Pete Buttigieg.
Goddamn.
Buttigieg.
Sounds like a gay name.
Yeah. He was over that scepter of government under Joe Biden.
That's crazy.
And all that money that gave us inflation, they didn't put that money towards updating the flight systems. So now Trump got to fix that too. Just like he had to fix the price of eggs.
Eggs was up, man.
What?
Eggs.
So it's just like, man, he fixing a lot of shit, homie. You talking about a handyman? He trying to stop a war. Did you know in Africa, was it the Congos and the other country in Africa been having a rebel war for the last umpteen years? Trump just got them to sign a peace deal. Congos and whoever else, Ghana or whoever else country them niggas is over there.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? He doing real shit. So back to the interior question, that's what's going on with the tariffs. And this is about putting your foot down, saying, fuck this shit. I'd rather hurt a little bit to gain a lot and not lose a lot right now. It's a sacrifice. But things that are worth doing comes for a sacrifice. That's how life works. While at the same time, the price of living is still cheaper than it was under Joe Biden at this point right now. Inflation going down,
Congo and Rwanda.
Congo and Rwanda, thank you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we stopping there. Did you know why another reason we was having inflation? People wasn't respecting America. Them goddamn motherfuckers over there in Iran, or the Houthis, they was bombing cargo ships that was coming to America. You got China submarines and Russian submarines we had a spy balloon that went all across America under Joe Biden. Am I lying?
Nah, I wouldn't say that you're lying. I would not say you're lying right now.
No, this is national news. Countries was starting to punk us and shit. Just like they was punking us buying all our smoke. But you know what I'm saying? Using our economy, we're like gold.
Capitalist.
You feel me?
Yeah.
To the whole world.
Yeah.
When America is weak, the world is weak.
Yeah.
This is why what he's doing is important. What happens when the hardest nigga has to be the bitch nigga? You fuck around and find out. You understand me? Yeah, because ain't no bitch here. You feel me?
I feel.
And he ain't no bitch.
Hell yeah.
Ain't we tired of having a bitch president? Obama's a bitch. He made all the laws for the homosexuals. He can't control his wife.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You're a bitch. Yeah, nigga, we got some nuts in the White House again, nigga. Fuck is you saying? That's gonna keep your kids and their kids from fighting in foreign fucking wars. Cause that's what the fuck was finna happen. They shooting up our allied ships. They shooting up the cargo ships, the pirates. I know you heard about the pirates. They taking ships, taking cruise ships, and holding people for ransom. It was all kind of shit going on around America. But niggas so busy looking at baddies, they ain't fucking paying attention. Nigga, your sons was finna go to war. Your kids and they might draft your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
This is where we is at. So it's a restructuring of order. And it's very, very necessary. Because without order, you got chaos. And guess what? A lot of these countries got nukes. And we got what we ain't built for another motherfucker, an Iron Dome. You know, the Iron Dome is what they built for Israel to knock missiles out the sky before they hit them. But now Trump is finna be building one. One of the most strategic things he did for the military is add Space Force. There's countries that's making big moves to topple over them. They was making big moves to topple America. You don't want that. So get out your nigga feelings, get some understanding, and if you ain't got nothing good to say, shut the fuck up. Because complaining ain't gonna do nothing. It's amazing how niggas complain more over the person who's not your enemy than complain over the person who's your enemy, telling you he's your friend, and then telling you that he didn't want his daughter going to a jungle full of black kids. Because that's what happened with Joe Biden. And you niggas want to talk shit about him. Niggas are such hypocrites. Real shit. I don't like I don't party in that room. I'm not a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we only party in the motherfucking green room, nigga.
Motherfucker!
In the green room, nigga. You should keep shit green over here. You feel me?
Yeah, don't talk about Trump, bro, because I'm telling you, I can give you 45 minutes about my dog.
Man, listen, you're coming back.
I give him 45 minutes about my dog. You might want to switch the subject.
I'm going to switch it. Okay, I'm going to switch it back to some of the shit I said earlier when I gave you the introduction.
Right on.
Bodyguard, security, political analyst, commentator, social commentator, viral sensation. But let's talk about the security aspect.
Here we go.
The bodyguard aspect.
Uh-huh.
As a bodyguard in Houston.